Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are on this journey. How is everybody doing today? It is Friday, Sunday, Friday. It's pretty beautiful out here in BC. The sun is out and the birds are chirping again, so can't complain. Hello, Marsha, my lovely lady. How are you guys? Mary, Evie. So I'm excited to dive into some questions for you guys. Hello, thankfully. Um, now we've got a question from Mary about when it comes to Kate Middleton and also the children as well. So I thought we would pull some cards on that. But it's interesting because I also on that video received, or it was on the video of the clones, and somebody was asking how many people are like percentage wise are actually clones. But I thought I would ask the tarot when we look at let's turn it around because I think there's a whole bunch of different versions when it comes to NPCs and walk-ins and clones. It seems like it's quite extensive, but it's like, okay, well, let's ask the question, how many like sovereign souls are actually here? And I was flipping the cards before I came on just to see what came out. And it's interesting because I had the Four of Pentacles that came out, and on the back is the Ten of Swords. And it's the symbolism for me when I'm looking at this, like this could be a representation of 40% or even less. So that's quite interesting. I may even try to do another like part two on that topic and looking into the specific question again. But let me know what you guys think. Again, this is a tarot reading, it's a perspective, but from what I can get here, the four with that Ten of Swords to me is a representation of like potentially maybe 40% or even a little bit under with that Ten of Swords, like within 10%, give or take. And when I say like that sovereign energy, I'm meaning like souls that have the ability and adaptability to grow, to evolve. They have that emotional connection. So kind of interesting. So thank you for that comment. I'm not sure who asked that question on my one video, but I thought we would dive into Mary's question. Hello, Julia, Cheryl. Thank you guys for joining me again for another live. I appreciate you guys. I woke up a little bit late this morning, later than I usually do, because I've been going for, I know if you guys have been following me, I've been doing my, 60-day challenge, and I woke up this morning, I did go for my walk, but I started also an additional challenge on top of that yesterday with kettlebells. I'm seeing all these ladies doing this 30-day challenge with kettlebells, and they are looking really fine. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can try that. And my back, oh my gosh, maybe I'm not doing my form. Maybe my form isn't correct. Hopefully it's okay, but I did 100 kettlebell swings yesterday, and I'm feeling it today. So had a bit of a late start to the day because we had the live and I didn't get out till like 7:30. So that's okay though. We have the entire day. So let's see, Spirit, what can you share? I wanted to look into Mary's question. When we're looking at the children, she says, well, thank you again for your guys' kind words and support. It really does mean a lot. But yeah, I have seen again consistently. I did some Kate Middleton videos a while back, and I didn't see her as being that original blueprint. And I did get that again just when I pulled a couple days ago there. So your question, Mary, is what about the children? Hi, Fatima. Hello, lovely lady. It's nice to see you or chat with you guys. Are the children clones? Because from my perspective, I want to say what I go to automatically is more of that MK Ultra, but let's see what the tarot says. Spirit, what can you share about the energy of Kate Middleton, Princess Kate, when it comes to the children? What can you share with the children? Is this more just programming and control, or let's see if our clone cards come out. Mind control, the MK Ultra, the programming. That is what I was thinking. Interesting. Okay. Oh, but we do have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, let's keep going and see. Okay, so there's definitely some pretty big red flags. Hello, NLNL. Thank you guys for joining me. When we're looking at the question, are the children, I mean, this is a general because we have George, we have Charlotte, and they have another one. Is it Louis, I think? Louis, Prince Louis. So we're looking at three of them. So maybe one is, one isn't, right? But it's interesting. I do think that they all have that heavily programmed energy. This is that MK Ultra, and it's about that control and parasitic entities there. So I do think that this is kind of them being, again, got that children card, right? Being groomed from a very young age when it comes to control. Look at that king. We've got that king looking at them there. But what's interesting, you guys, too, is we have the Two of Pentacles, which could represent a swap out. So it wouldn't surprise me if one or maybe two of the children do actually have some kind of a clones or doubles. Or this could also even represent like dual programming here. Okay. So quite interesting. But the reason why I want to say I do think that I'm not shocked to see what has come out, but at the same time, I thought it was more just programming. The fact that we do have the Death card and the Two of Pentacles, it does for me have a perspective of I do think that there could be one or more of the children that have been cloned or swapped out here. Very interesting. So I may do more of a deeper dive and video for you guys, like a part 2 on that, because I had so many questions about the children, and I don't want to spend the entire live digging into that specific one. So thank you for your question, Mary. So to your question, from my perspective, yes, I do think that they have the potential of some clone energy or doubles, but there is a big MK Ultra programming energy here. Okay. Interesting. And we have that 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is that, it feels like artificially preserved. But what's interesting is I didn't mention in the past, we have the strength. And when we have that strength in the past, for me, this is showing that there were original organic energies that came out of that. So really positive there from that past energy, but it's been manipulated, it's been controlled. Very interesting tarot cards coming out there. Hi, Gizmo. Are you coming to hang out with us? Actually, let me just see here. Okay, I'm going to just pull a couple cards on quickly. Let's do George, Charlotte, and Louis. George, Charlotte, and Louis. I think those are their 3 kids. Again, I don't follow them significantly, you guys, so you'll have to let me know or correct me if I'm mistaken. But let's see. Let's take 2 cards for George, 2 cards for Charlotte, 2 cards for Louis. What can you share about the energy of these clones or MK Ultra, or are we just crazy? What can you share? Okay, so when we look at George, I have the High Priestess, the Knight of Cups, Charlotte. Interesting. And we have that Death card that we had before, too. Interesting. Okay, so if we look at George, we have some secrets here. It feels like more of a hybrid energy and him being emotionally manipulated here. So interesting. So there is some stuff going on. I almost, what I keep getting, like witchcraft, like rituals, that kind of energy. When we look at Charlotte, we have the Ace of Cups, and I think that there is still genuine energy. It's like she has a soul mission. This is a little bit of my off-worlding card too, but this is a representation of children. So quite interesting. But I feel like when we look at her versus George, I feel like George has definitely more heavily programmed here, and Charlotte seems to have still that heart energy that's coming out. The biggest, I feel like, flag is Louis here, okay? There's a 10 of swords and we have the page of swords. So he's kind of like a wild card if I look at this, and I feel like he's definitely been heavily, I mean, if there are potentially doubles, then he may be one of them that is the doubles. Interesting. All right. So I'll try to maybe dive into that a little bit deeper on another video for you guys, but thank you for your questions. Okay, so let's keep going and see what else we have here. um, Evie was asking about Starmer. You know what, I so many times I have got that he's on his way out. So let's do a follow-up and see what cards are coming up. Let's ask the question, Spirit, what can you share when it comes to the momentum of Starmer being removed or resigning? Let's look at 2025. What can you share for 2025 for Starmer in the UK? What can you share? Starmer in the UK for 2025. What's the momentum of that? Look at that situation. The devil's coming out again. There's conflict here. It is coming out there. I feel like there may be, I wonder if there's going to be a big scandal about him, because there's something about exposure. And I get, again, I guess I have to be careful with my words, we're on YouTube, but trafficking, the little ones, that's that energy. I wonder if something is going to come out. There's so much about children and connections for Starmer and the children. It looks really really dark here. Now, the tower is here, but the tower's not necessarily in that outcome. So it feels like there is a big explosion when it comes to the children and Starmer. And then it's going to create a bunch of conflict here. And then we have that 5 of swords or 5 of wands. So is he going to still be around for the rest of 2025? I don't have a card saying he's necessarily going to be leaving just yet. But I think that we are on that verge of that tower moment where there's going to be some pretty big shakeups, and it's looking really rough for him. So 2020, let me pull a couple cards on 2020. What can you share about the momentum of 2026 with Starmer, Spirit? Because it feels like there's just a lot of dark stuff that needs to be unraveled, whether this is behind the scenes, but with that sun, it feels like actual exposure. So, and that will ultimately lead to him leaving. So what can you share for 2026, Spirit? Let me just pull a couple. Yeah, look at that. He's gone. I don't think he's going to be around for a significantly long time here, you guys, but it's hard to say, like, is it going to happen exactly in 2025? I feel like borderline 2025, 2026, but he will be out of here, okay? I don't know, when is the next term? I was just looking to see what else is coming up behind that. And then look at that. So he's gone, and then we have something new. This is really positive. After he goes, look at that. And we have a celebration on the back of the deck. So yay. Interesting. Maybe I'll do two. There's so many more videos I want to do for you guys. So when I can, I'll do another update for the UK for you guys. So thank you for your question, Evie. Hang in there. I love you guys. I know the UK's definitely, I mean, everywhere. So many places have so much crap going on. But focus on your inner world, you guys. Remember, inner world equals world work. No, inner work equals world work. We can't control it all. Cat. Yeah, the big, beautiful bill, beginning of Nasara. Oh, you seen an orb? Okay, this is gonna sound weird. I don't know if this is relations to anyone that's watching this now or later, but before I came on, I was tasting salt water or like ocean water, and I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but I feel like I needed to say that. So I'll just leave that there. And then when I was tasting that, I'm like, I wonder if there's going to be a spirit coming in today. So I don't know who that's for, but if Fatima is here actually, and I know a lot of the times her mom comes through, so it could be your mom, Fatima. All right, so let's see. Woo woo woman, you're looking for love, 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 love. Girl, make sure you're loving yourself too, right? Okay, let's pull a few cards for you. What do we have? I think we looked at this last week, but I can't remember what came out now. What can you share, Spirit, with the energy of woo woo woman and a long lasting love coming in? Is that coming in for her for 2025? 2025. Let's cut. Mm. There's this healing stage happening for you right now, okay? And sometimes when we're going through a massive shift and a massive transformation, it's almost like the universe tapes us off. Like, caution, this person is healing, this person is transforming. You are as that death card, okay? And there's a whole shift happening in your energy. I do see a romantic energy coming towards you. We do have that lovers, but I don't necessarily see this soulmate energy coming right now. I feel like there's a little bit of inner work that has to happen here. Soul searching and going within, my friend. Okay. So instead of focusing so much on this other person that's going to come in, focus on yourself. Okay. Because I feel like there's a little bit of you selling yourself short, whatever that may mean to you. I mean, look at the traumas of, let's say, being abandoned or being abused or not feeling worthy, right? There is a need to look deep inside and soul search right now. But with that, there's healing that comes along with that. And then, yes, there is a higher level of commitment coming in. Okay. So ultimately, it's in your hands, my friend. I mean, it's hard for me to just come on here and say, yes, this is going to happen in 2 months from now, right? Because ultimately, you guys are the ones writing your scripts. You guys are playing out your life. So we can look at energy and momentums, but things can adjust, things can change. So I want you to know that regardless of what the tarot has to say, this is really you guys taking the lead of your reality. And if you don't like what comes up, then you can change that. Look at that. Double aces. Yay. All right. So let's see. Fatima, you were just thinking that as well. I'm actually glad you guys came on and had some questions because I that's what I mean. Like, as Jane said, focus on yourself. Don't get drawn into the negative media and the news. So many, I'm not saying necessarily you guys particular, but there's still so many people that want to focus on the news and the politics and like what's happening with this country, what's happening with this political figure, right? And you guys, it doesn't matter. Just focus on your world because the thing is they gain their power from our energy. And if you got hundreds and thousands of people or millions of people tuning in, they're winning. That's them winning. Okay. So I didn't have actually any topics like pre-planned before. I usually don't. I usually just see what you guys have to talk about. We try to just go with the flow, but I haven't watched the news. I haven't even been since I've been so focused on my little like challenge in my journey. I haven't even really been on TikTok at all. I haven't been on social media. I am trying to post more things, but I'm not scrolling like I used to do. And things shift in your reality. They really do. So, Jane, you've said it. I couldn't have said it better. Focus on yourself. Yes, exactly. I don't know why I'm getting kind of teary-eyed right now, but I feel like I'm crying. All right. So let's see. What do we have here? Let's move back up. Hello, hello, Julia. Lovely lady. So you've come back to ask if Woody is now ready to go out on his hand walks. He's the horse that had the sore foot. Okay, so let's take a few cards on the lovely Woody. What can you share about the energy for Julia Spirit when it comes to Woody? Is it in his best and highest good to start getting out there? Slowly but surely, it looks pretty positive. Look at this. Look at the horse coming out. Really be okay, what I can say is don't overdo it here, okay? Because we got a lot of pages like inspiration. Yes, that's pretty much a green light. I feel like he would actually really enjoy that. Energetically, he's I feel like wants to get out there, right? But the outcome is the 10 of wands, okay? So this is a slow and steady movement. So just start very, very slow, very don't do anything crazy here. But yeah, I mean, I feel like with this energy, you could start to slowly get him kind of back out there. But again, very, very slowly is what I'm getting. Okay. Because there is that 10 of Pentacles, or sorry, 10 of Wands as the outcome. So if you do push it, I think that it could result in him getting injured again. Okay. Again, I'm not a veterinarian, but please listen to your veterinarian. I think you said last time he was cleared to go, but energetically, we were still getting quite a bit of like heavy energy. It looks like things have cleared up quite a bit, but there's still big message and big energy to not push it. Okay, so lots of love to you guys, to you and Woody. All right. So thank you, Sunny. I'll do my best to again get to all your guys' questions. I will only be here for probably about 40 minutes. I have to dart off after I have a bunch of sessions to get done today. So donation-based questions will get priority. So thank you, Sunny. I appreciate you. So you're looking for a for a job, not an ob. I love it. I got you. I got you. I'm the worst. I am the worst with the texting and typing, and sometimes it's my phone that autocorrects. And I know my lovely lady Marsha, she just gets me. So I sent her some pretty weird stuff, and she's like, I know what you're saying. So let's see. What do we have, Spirit, for Sunny? My goodness, why are my eyes so watery right now? Okay, let me get myself grounded here. What do we have? What is the energy for? Oh, it's Jerry. Hello, Jerry. Jerry. I was thinking about you the other day, actually. All right. So, what do we have for? Okay, so you have a new job opportunity starting August 8th. All right, Spirit, what do you have for Jerry when it comes to the energy of this job opportunity starting August 8th? It does have a lot of potential, my friend. So I have now, when we look at this, I think there is a bit of a message though to make sure you don't run yourself too thin here, okay? We don't have anything in terms of like that 10 of swords as the outcome, but this is aspecting the Knight of Pentacles. So I do think that this position has a lot of good momentum forward for you. We have the Ace of Wands surrounding the Knight of Pentacles, and this is you building foundations. This is long term, this is stability, and we have justice as well. So I do think that this does align quite well. But again, just a message to put yourself first, okay? I know you're so loving and so giving, and there's just that energy of you you're running yourself a little bit thin here, okay? So overall, I mean, let me know if you had like a specific question about this job that you're starting with, but for the most part, it looks really positive. And I have a lot of good energy that is going to lead to more momentum and more inspirations, and all of that fun stuff. So really good here. Let me get another. Can I get a couple more cards for Jerry? Hmm. See, I got that. Now we have the 10 of Wands. What are you excited for this job, Jerry, or are you hesitant about something? Like what there's that 4 again, 4 of Pentacles twice. It's helping people with spiritual modalities. Okay. So, okay. I like that then because we have the Knight of Cups here. And at first I'm like, okay, is this your energy? But what I'm seeing then, thank you for clarifying, because there is a bit like you are helping with your emotional self, because that's where I see you going. Because I know before you're working at that other company, and I'm on that one group that we have, but I'm not super active on it. But you are so loving and so just beaming with your path. There is this energy of you helping people break out of this energy, and this is that ego that's being trapped. It's having the hands tied here. So this is really positive. Okay, I'm liking it. 'Cause at first I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a little bit of tough energy, but this is actually not necessarily from you. It's you helping people break these walls down. And I feel like you have that charismatic, and you have that charismatic energy where people can open up to you here. So I think you will be extremely successful with this. Let me just look at. I just want to pull a couple more cards on this, because when we look at justice too as that energy, it's like this is meant for you. Okay, Spirit, what can you share? I just want to take a couple more cards now that I'm more clear on that position for you moving forward for Jerry. Can I get a couple more cards for Jerry moving forward with this new line of work, this new field? Yeah, there's that Ace of Wands, and that came out aspecting the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords? Yes. So it's you being that inspiration and helping people. Look at that. Yes. Okay. You're helping people that are disconnected from their higher self here. That's what I see. And there's that Knight of Pentacles again. So this is not going to be like a how do I want to say this? This is going to be something that you build up over time. Okay, this is not some kind of like instant, again, gratification. I'm probably not giving the right term right now, but this is not a fast like, okay, done. It is you building a long-term foundation with this field of work, but it will be rewarding because you're going to help a lot of people that are disconnected here. I have roughly the same amount of energy, or the same energy. Yeah, look at that. Soul searching introspection here. And then things will really pick up. So I think in the beginning of this, Jerry, it might feel kind of slow, but it's going to pick up. So even within like 8 months, I feel like you are going to skyrocket with this. Okay. Or actually, you said 8. This is within 8 days, 8 weeks. And you're also starting August 8th. So there's another 8 for you. Very cool. So congratulations. I think you're going to do phenomenal. But I think what I can share though too is in the beginning, it might just feel a little bit more like trying to lay those foundations. You're not seeing as much fast moving progress as maybe you think. But you're on the right track. Okay. So I'll leave you with that. I love you lots. I'm throwing stuff around here. My keyboard's on the floor now. Okay. I usually sit with it in my lap because I can't have it here with the cards, but I guess we don't need it right now. All right, let's keep going. Fatima. I think Fatima, you had TGIF and Elena. Yay. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. Let's take a look. Fatima, you said that you're curious what energy is coming out when it comes to, again, the relationship with you and your sister. Will you guys come more together or apart? What can you share for Fatima, Spirit? Fatima, did you say you're going to Egypt? I can't remember if you said you were. I think our lovely Naran is going. Spirit, what can you share about Fatima and her sister Maria moving forward? What's the energy and momentum for you guys? You guys, there is some karma here. You guys will come together, but it's like you guys, one of you or both of you are being a little bit guarded. You have your walls up here, but the outcome is really positive. So I do think that there's almost like some kind of a wake up call. Okay, there is a wake up call when it comes to this. We had. Just wait, it was the lovers. Okay, make sure I got the placements right here. We have the lovers as the outcome. So this is you guys coming together again in union. And look at that, 3 major arcanas here. So this is actually quite big. I feel like you and your sister have some karma to play out in this life, I guess we can say. But yes, I see you guys coming together after a period of having those walls up, because there's also a celebration. Look at this. Look at this, girl. And we just keep going. Look at all these cards coming out on the back of the deck. So 3 of Cups was originally the one on the back. And for me, this is you guys coming together, right? And moving forward, happy family. This is a union. So even though things may be a little bit, I don't know if things are a little bit stagnant right now, I feel like there's some walls up or some barriers up. I do see that changing, okay? And it's changing for the good. I don't see you guys separating or becoming at odds with each other, okay? You're still thinking about Egypt? They might be sold out now. I think we had a spot left, and one of my clients, Brad's clients too, I think he got the last room. So I'm not sure if there's any more spots available, but who knows? I could be wrong. All right, so let's see. But I love you lots, Fatima. I got your email. I sent you an email back too. I think I did. Hopefully I did. If not, it's sitting in my drafts. Jane, we have here. Could I look at your friend Elena? You guys have been fighting for 4 years with her neighbor regarding the property. Will it come to an end this year? What do we have, Spirit, for Jane? What do we have, Spirit, for Jane when it comes to her friend Elena and the fighting that's been happening for 4 years? Wow, that's a big fight. All right, Spirit. Is this going to end here? I feel like somebody's moving. And then when that, if Elena's moving, there's somebody moving. So I think it's still going to be a little bit messy for a bit here, but there is a transition. And then we have, things really settled down. So we're still in that midst, like, situation of 7 of Swords. So I feel like this is people being petty. This is back and forth. This is lies, manipulation, all that fun stuff, right? But there is a transition coming out of this with the 6 of Swords, and the Fool is the outcome aspected by a victory here and the Judgment. So yes, it's going to end. Is it going to end towards the end of this year? Strong possibility. Yeah, there's a strong possibility. Yes. I also have that 2 of Cups too. So we could even look at that over the next, So many months here. So yeah, 2025. Hard to say. I don't want to say like quote exactly to that date, my friend, but it does look like you guys, when it comes to that conflict, it is nearing the end. Yeah, that 10 of Swords. Okay. Just curious what other cards were coming out, but yes. Okay. So let's keep going. Thanks for sharing that, Dee. I have actually heard that too. So Dee said on here, now that we are changing into more crystalline bodies, it said that our organs are also shifting. Our heart is now more towards the middle, and our kidneys have moved a bit as well. I have heard some stuff about that too in the past, so it's interesting that you mentioned that. Um, well, let's just pull a couple cards. I mean, there wasn't necessarily a question, I don't think, but if we're looking at Dee's question when it comes to our bodies shifting and changing, are our organs also shifting and changing? What can you share, Spirit, with our crystalline bodies and changes with our DNA? Yeah, see, it's interesting. I feel like it's working really hard there. And then we have the Empress with that aspecting the outcome. So I do think through some shifts too, we have a lot of like early stage energy because we've got the Page of Swords when it's the representation of our body, and then even that situation, Page of Pentacles, which is good energy. But I think that with the shift too, it could cause some it's gonna hit some people much harder than others because look at that 5 of cups here. And again, I have never wanted to, let's say, come and talk about predicting any kind of passings or anything like that when it comes to tarot. But what I've seen too is like people that are not willing to change, that are willing to move forward with this new energy, their bodies are not good. It's gonna be so heavy here, okay? And I do think we may see the exit of a lot of people over the next couple years, especially leading up to 2030, because 2030 was like a big shift in energies. I wanted to do another video on that as well. So I'll try to talk about that. But absolutely, there's like a rebirth and a change with our entire system. So it looks like it is for the better, but again, people that are still holding on to these old structures are going to have a much harder time. Interesting. All right. Thanks, Fatima. I'm cheering you on as well. I have to take a look. I know you sent me a link for some goods, and I'll have to check that out again. She cannot, okay, Jane said, so you said she cannot move until it's sorted. Okay, gotcha. I do see that happening because I see her moving. Yeah. That it will be resolved. It will be resolved, Jane. I mean, it sounds like it's been like 4 years, sounds like a very long time. But I think when I pulled last time too, the justice came out. So that's all about law, litigation, all of that, the solicitors or whatever you were mentioning earlier there. So it's kind of feeling like that. It's an exhausting battle, but there is good energy on that outcome. Okay. So yes. I see that shifting for her over the next, I mean, I don't want to say year, but 6 months to a year. I seen that 6 of Pentacles. So six months would probably be also leading us towards the rest of 2025 here. So that's very strongly coming out. All right. Hello, Kelly, Diana. Hello, Marion. All right, so let me scroll back up and see what we have here. Yeah, I guess Cat there said, "Is the big beautiful bill the beginning of Nasara?" Okay, let's see what spirit has to say about that question. I do think there's going to be change. I don't know if it's going to be called Nasara. The more I look into that, I feel like it's going to have a little bit of uh, a different system. But let's just ask in general, what can you share, spirit, when it comes to the beginning of Nasara or a some kind of a program that brings wealth back to the people? What can you share, spirit? I am getting so hungry right now. Well, I have some pretty good energy here, and even the Trump energy is coming out too. So, yes, I have a yes to that. Again, I don't know if it's going to be called that specific title, but we have the strength and we have the temperance with the situation, and the outcome is the Knight of Cups. I love this, you guys, because look at the back of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. Look at that coin coming back to the people. But it's going to take time because the temperance in the situation is all about slowness. Okay, it's patience. So I do think that this is definitely a step forward with this energy based off of the cards right now, saying that there are offers, there are opportunities coming to the people. Okay, I will say though, still use your discernment, because I've seen also, I think this was in, I don't know if this was in Canada or the US, and I don't know how accurate this was, to be honest, you guys, but they were talking again about universal basic income. Um, and I just want to say, when I've looked at the tarot and the crystal ball in the past too, I've gotten a lot about them pushing again those CBDCs, and it's like there's there are, let's say, restrictions or rules to some of these plans that are being implemented. So I really want you guys though to use discernment, just because they're like, okay, well, we're going to give you a couple $1,000s here. Do you have to give your sovereignty up to get that? Really ask that question, because that's not the direction that we want to be going. That's control, that's manipulation. And I think that that still is a plan they're trying to push. So again, with those smart cities and all of that. But overall, I have good energy. Just use your discernment when it comes to these programs before you guys rush out and just sign yourselves up, okay? But yes, I love the Ace of Pentacles on the back, because that is showing wealth being distributed to the people. We're entering into more of that abundant energy. I mean, we still have a while to go, you guys. Look at what just flipped out. The Six of Pentacles. This is the giving and receiving. This is community, wealth coming back, prosperity coming back to us. So thank you for your question, lovely lady. If I'm hungry, munch on a carrot. Thanks, Jane. Thanks. I'm gonna have to get some more carrots. All right, so let's see here. What do we have? Marsha, I'm reading your comment, Marsha. Um, for fun, can we tune into the crows? I think I want to do a video on crows because I love crows so much, and I've been connecting with them too. So it's like, is there a spiritual reason, or do they just want peanuts? I'm gonna pull on that, spirit. What can you share for Marsha and her situation when it comes to the crows? What can you share, spirit? Is there more of an energetic spiritual meaning behind that, or are they just hungry Hungry little monkeys. I do have some major arcanas coming out, so I do think that it is more than look at that. We have the ace of or sorry, we do have the ace of wands, but we have the fool and the strength. I do think it is more than just the peanuts. Not saying they don't enjoy that. It's almost like building that connection with them, right? But it looks really positive in terms of having that soul connection with our crows and even seeing look at this. We have four of swords. So it's that in between realms, right? They're able to connect. They're able to kind of hone in on spiritual energy too. So I think that there's lots here to show that it's not just for the food, although they do like their shiny stuff, they do like their peanuts. But I feel like Marsha, with this energy, you can absolutely create a long-term stable relationship, and they remember, they know. It is so incredible. I've had connections with crows in the past, and they knew exactly when I would get to work. They knew exactly when I was going to come out for my break to feed them. I would just have to open up the door, and they would fly from absolutely, I had no idea where they were, and they would come right down. They would follow me from my car all the way into the office. Beautiful connection with them. And yeah, it's a bit of both. They definitely they want some goodies and some food, but I do think it is more than that, especially seeing the major arcanas. So it is that the strength that's within us too, because I feel like they can show a lot of that inner courage that we may not see with that energy. So, I've actually seen videos too of crows bringing people like goods. Like they like the shiny stuff. They're very intelligent, very, very smart. I think, what did they say? They have the capacity to process information as like a 12-year-old or something like that. I've watched some videos on them in the past, and it's just amazing to see how they can solve puzzles and their memory. Like they remember you. Oh, thank you, Dee and Kelly. Yes, crows and ravens are the best. Look it. I've got my little crow buddy here. So I think we actually got him from the UK, if I'm not mistaken, when we were, I think, at Stonehenge. Um, He's so cute. He's my little buddy, but Gizmo takes him a lot of the time and tackles him. So, all right. Let's see, you guys. Time is going so fast today. Um. All right, Liza. Hopefully, again, I'm saying your name correctly. Let's see here. So you're going to be flying back home Saturday, or should you fly back Sunday? I want to look at something. What day is it? Yeah, both are. We'll look and see. What is your date of birth, Liza? If you can put that down there, I'll pull some tarot cards on it. Right now, I like the energy a little bit better on, I think it's Saturday, but they're both not fantastic energies. Let's look at, I'm going to pull, okay, I kind of go back here. I lost my screen. I lost you guys. I think you're still there, but I was on a different screen. So let's see here. What can you share, Spirit, about Liza traveling via plane Saturday versus Sunday? Let's pull Saturday on top, Sunday on the bottom. Saturday versus Sunday. I was going to say Saturday feels like the better day to me. But actually, either or is coming up, to be honest. I don't see any big hiccups with your travel. We have the Ace of Swords, the Fool, and we have the Justice for Saturday. And then for Sunday, we also have the Empress, the Three of Wands, and the Chariot. So based off of this, I actually see you flying Sunday more than you're flying Saturday because I have a lot of my travel energy, especially with that Chariot. This is my plane, train, automobile, and this is flying overseas as well. So I don't think you can necessarily go wrong with either, but my recommendation would be Sunday from what I can see, okay? I was trying to see if I could get your birthday too to see if there was just any energetic clashes there. So if you do happen to, if you're still here with us, and you want to type that in the comments, I can take a quick peek for you as well. Hello, Jean, Darlene, B. Okay, I'm going to go back up and see what I've missed, and we'll try to take a couple more here, but I have to head out in about 10 minutes. Kelly. Hello, Jackie. Jackie, Crystal Moon. Check her out too. She has some awesome tarot. She has a tarot channel and some awesome readings over there too. Jackie's Crystal Moon. So let's see, Kelly, you said, a quick question, is your daughter starting, okay, sorry, your daughter is starting training for a new job. Is it on, or is she on the right track? What can you share, Spirit, about the energy of Kelly and her daughter? Is she on the right track? You are welcome, Jackie. I like to try to check out, other amazing tarot readers, but I haven't had a whole lot of time to watch any videos lately. So I've been slacking on the checking out other videos. All right. So lovely, Kelly. Yes, your daughter, A-okay, right track, phenomenal. It's like more than the right track. She is headed into a really positive direction. Yes, we have a little bit of that page energy, so it's starting something new, but this is something that I feel like is going to end up to be very stable, even if this isn't, you guys, the end job or that end role, right? There is something about abundance coming towards her, and we have the world on the back of the deck. So it's almost like this. I don't know if this is a position that is going to involve any travel, but my world is a bit of my travel energy, or there's also children involved here, but it could bring out that childlike energy for her. So she's nervous. She's in music recording. Okay. Um, it's going to be great. She's headed in the right direction, and even though there is that nervous energy, she's gonna be great, okay? I have nothing here saying that she's gonna end up in the wrong direction. It looks extremely positive, and I see her actually being very successful with this, okay? Yes, there's gonna probably be some ups and downs and highs and lows, but ultimately, it will lead to freedom, financial stability. It looks really positive here. She's doing what she's meant to do is what I'm getting. Yeah, Jackie, I know, right? It's not enough time to watch everyone. I mean, I think our lovely Isabella just posted a new video too, and I haven't even had time to catch up on some of her stuff. So, and Richard Cardinal. All right, so I didn't have a question. I'm just shuffling, but I have the Ace of Wands that came out. So there is again inspiration, my friend. Um, yeah. So, Kelly, your card pull today was about letting go of troubles and embracing new opportunities. And there's a beautiful confirmation. So she is doing like she is following her passions. So again, that nervousness, just knowing, doing that inner work and allowing those not restrictions, but resistance to fall away. All right, let's see if we can take one more before we end today. Diana. Let's see here. So, Diana, you had a message here. Could I see if moving away from Canada would be beneficial for you at this time? You're not happy here and you're wondering if where I live has a negative impact. I would like to look at some like numerology too. So, again, this is just going to be a very surface level one, my friend, but I'll see what the cards say. Again, if you guys are interested, you can check out Readings with Breanne. I did have a coupon code for I can't remember it now. I had a couple different coupon codes, but you guys can always check out. I have really reasonable, like one question sessions as well, where we can always dig into some stuff a little bit deeper. But if you guys are active, I have Save 15 now, and you guys can get 15% off, which I believe expires tonight. So what do we have for Diana when it comes to, is it in her best and highest good to move away from Canada? Yes. I feel like, listen to those nudges, my friend, okay? Right now we're feeling like defensive, we're feeling out in the cold. It's not a great feeling. So I'm also wondering like what your astrology or when I'm looking at numerology and Chinese astrology is what I'm getting at. But I do think that there's a lot of resistance in your energy in the now and you moving. Look at this. We have the lovers and we have two kings on each side, which is all about mastery. I feel like you would do so much better on a financial level and also emotional level. The lovers too. I don't know what your current relationship status is, but there's a lot of, energy representing love, union, connection. And that doesn't have to even mean with a romantic partner, but that could just be you romanticizing yourself, getting to know yourself. But yes, based off of, just a basic energy report, I do think it would be for your best and highest good to take a look at other places to reside. But if you wanted to look at that more specifically, I would love to help you, but we would have to look at some numerology and some places that line up with your energy, okay? So thank you for your question. Let's see. Oh, no worry, Liza. Yeah, Mary, they do bury their food. I see that all the time. They will take a peanut, bury it, and then come back and get another one really quickly. You know what's funny though? The blue jays. The blue jays are hilarious. They actually will take up a peanut and they'll weigh it to see which one. If I throw a handful out, they're really smart. They have an interesting, a little bit of an annoying connect call when they're consistently like coming for you for food. They used to be my wake up call forever, but it's so funny to watch them and how they will wait and see which peanut weighs more, and they'll take that one. Even though they come back and take every single peanut, they're very picky with which one they take first. So kind of interesting. All right, so I think we will. You have rocks following you around your town. They're more talented. I have to say, I agree with you. I agree with you, Jackie. I love that. Yeah. If you know what, if I could do, you know how they say, like, if you could do anything, I mean, I love doing tarot, I love connecting with you guys, but if I didn't have to worry about, let's say, any kind of bills or working, I think what I personally would do is sit there and feed birds all day. Feed birds, feed ducks, feed the squirrels. That's what I would do every single day, and I would be so happy doing that. So I just have a big passion for that. So funny. Okay, I'm going to take one final question. I think Marianne had a question about meeting somebody. Or maybe I'll try to I got a couple smaller questions here. So let's see if I can find it now. Darn. I lost it. Oh, Marion. Okay. Marion, will you meet a divine masculine before the fall? All right, let's see what Spirit has to say. What's the energy of Marion and meeting a divine masculine before the fall. Okay, this is interesting because I have you as the Eight of Wands, which is fast moving. So there is a part of this that says yes, but I'm wondering if it could potentially be a little bit longer. I don't know. I keep getting Leo, like Leo. We are in Leo season now, aren't we? We're in Leo season now. So look at this. I absolutely do think there is a very strong potential that you can um, meet this divine masculine. Now, there's some shifts that are happening though, because we have that death card in the situation. So I feel like this person that is in your energy field that is close to coming in is going through a big shift right now. So this person has to do their stuff. And like I said earlier, sometimes there is that like caution tape that the universe wraps around us because we're healing, we're working, there's internal stuff happening and it's just not that time yet. So, yes, I have a big yes to that, Marion, but I would just use a little bit of, I mean, I can't say exactly so it's going to happen in 8 days or 8 weeks, but I do see this like fast moving energy. So either that Leo or Scorpio season, which could bring us to later into the fall. Looks really positive there. Okay. So let's see here. I think there was one more quick question I was going to Josephine. I miss Josephine, so I'm gonna do hers, and then oh, Marion, you felt the shift. Yeah, that's a major shift. The death card is a massive transformation, and this could be absolutely in your energy too. It's like you truly are connecting with that shift. So fast energy, 8 days, 8 weeks. Leo, Scorpio energy is what I'm getting. So Leo's what, July, and Scorpio, is that towards the fall? You guys will have to correct me, but I'm getting either Leo or Scorpio season for you. What can you share, Spirit? I'm gonna take a final questions. Oh, Mary, have I found more feathers? Not necessarily, no. I found this one on my walk that one day, and I found a tree. I don't know if you guys seen it, but there was this tree that had all these crow's feathers on it. It was really cool. Obviously, people put them there. They were like stuck in the tree, but I walk past that tree all the time, and I never seen that. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to scroll up here. I keep losing my messages. Hmm. All right. Well, I haven't. I thought I was going to ask one more. Look into one more question, but now I can't seem to locate it. So lovely souls. I wanted to thank you for joining me. As always, I love you guys. Um, And I will see you most likely. So I most likely will be doing Mondays for doing a live readings on Wisdom Nexus, Brad's channel. We were trying to get kind of like a little network together and going. So I'll probably be doing Monday lives there, and I'll be planning to try to do Friday lives here on my channel for you guys. But I will be back. So I love you guys lots. And oh, now that I said that, I see Josephine. Josephine Murphy. Let me just pull a couple cards because I was gonna look at yours. Sarah, what can you share about the energy of Josephine moving houses this year? What's the energy coming out? And then we'll wrap up. Josephine. Yes, I do see you. Okay. I do see you moving. I have you moving houses this year, but I do think that it is going to be a little overwhelming. There's going to be probably a few struggles. I don't know if you're moving far, but I just also cut the deck and I have my 8 of Wands coming out, which is travel. This is fast moving energy. So there is a lot of strong energy for you moving this year. The outcome is absolutely look at that 10 of Cups. So really positive, but I feel like there could be some underlining hiccups along the way because we do have that 3 of Swords coming out, and there's a bit of a sadness and a sorrow here. So there could just be some underlining things with the move, but overall, yes, there is a lot of strong energy to support. You will be most likely moving this year, okay? So thank you guys for your questions. I love you guys. And hi, Janice. Oh, that's a bummer that you missed it, but thank you for coming in and saying hi. And I'll be back, so I'll be planning to be back here Friday. But again, you guys don't forget to join me on Brad's Wisdom Nexus on Monday, and you guys can come with your questions and we'll dive right in. So lots of love to you guys. Have a beautiful day, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye for now.